And it looks like we're live. So that's amazing. Well, welcome to a new video series, guys, where we're going to talk about all music theory you need to start arranging for piano. The whole reason that I'm doing this series is that over the years of, the 4 years of doing video game music arranging on YouTube, I realized that quite a lot of people want to arrange, but they have no idea how to get started. And that's just kind of sad because arranging is one of the most amazing things you can do to take music and put it into your own hands and your own heart. So in this video series, which will last about 6 or 7 videos, we're mostly going to be talking about all the music theory you need as a starting point to get arranging yourself. So without further ado, I'm just going to go through this part really quickly. This is all that you'll need to know for this series. It will be really helpful if you play the piano, but if you don't play the piano, it also helps to just kind of know how the piano works. And in addition, you do need to know how to read sheet music, but not much. All you need to do is know how to look at clefs, look at notes, and look at key signatures and time signatures. Beyond that point, this is going to be, I hope, as foundational as it gets to start you on this wonderful and incredibly meaningful journey. So all the cheesy stuff out of the way, well, let's talk about some technical things. But first, the definition of arranging is something that I realize quite a lot of people don't think about when they get into arranging. Because a lot of us just want to play what we like. And in a lot of ways, that's exactly what arranging is. It's just playing what you like. But at a much broader level, arranging is a creative process. It involves taking source material and making it your own. And I've had the privilege of doing that for over 300 video game music tracks over the last 4 years. So I just like to share with you a little bit about the journey today. So finally, the very last thing, and I think the most important thing in this entire series that you'll be taking into mind, well, that you should take into mind, the last thing we'll need to talk about for this video is the piano sound, and as well as what makes the piano itself such a beautiful instrument to arrange for. There's mainly two things. The first is that, as you can see, if you know how a piano looks, it's got lots of keys, it's got white keys and it's got black keys, and if you play multiple of those keys, all of them sound at the same time. You've got 10 fingers, you can use all of them and play as many keys as your 10 fingers can reach in exactly the same moment. Usually, in musical terms, this is used to play the melody in your right hand and accompaniment in your left hand. We'll be going into exactly what this is in the next video. But in this video, we're going to talk about the piano sound, because this is the foundation from which all your arrangements must be built. Because the piano, if I may move over finally to my notation software, famously said to be both a string instrument and a percussion instrument. So what exactly does this mean? I've just put out two examples over here. Let's listen carefully to what, the point I'm trying to drive at. So here's the first example. And here's the second one. Now you notice something, right? In the first example, you felt like there was motion, there was movement. You felt like getting up and walking if you're that kind. Whereas in the second one, there was silence and there was suspense. And there was this sustained note, this sustained sound. Now, in very, very crude terms, in the first example, that was the piano being a percussion instrument. And in the second example, that was the piano being a string instrument. How this works, if I may dabble in a bit of theory, is this. Now, this is the sound of a piano, and this is the sound of a violin. If you don't know how to read waveforms, essentially, lots of area means loud, and very little means soft. Now, in the piano, you can see that we've got a really loud start, and then it just tapers down, and it holds. So kind of like this. It starts loud, and then it tapers down, holds. You still hear the sound, but that initial knock, gone. Whereas in the first example, it's knock, 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 So that's the piano being a percussion instrument. What's important about that? We're going to talk a little bit about accompaniment in, well, most of these videos actually, but the piano is a support for the melody that you're going to play, or rather the accompaniment part is a support for the melody you'll be playing, and the accompaniment part has multiple functions. Some are harmonic, meaning they support the melody by creating more sound, and some are rhythmic, which support the melody by giving it drive and punch and motion. So you have to keep both these natures of the piano in mind as both a string instrument and a percussion instrument when you arrange. And I think this is the single most important part about arranging. So that's it. That will be the end of the first video. And well, see you guys in the next one. Take care.